Yo, to my people of Baltimore, Maryland, DC, Virginia, but more importantly, people of Maryland, people all around the world, I'm going to hit you with a quick video to make you think. If you don't know, some of the most famous, most powerful, most richest people were part of secret societies, fraternities, and sororities. Now, from this point on, when I'm referencing secret societies, fraternities, and sororities, I'm just going to call them all secret societies. But just know there are different levels to each of these groups that you will hear in these videos. But I'm just going to call them all secret societies to make it simple for myself and you. Okay, and I'm going to hyper focus on the people of Maryland and Baltimore because that's where I'm from. And I know, just like all the other countries, just like all the other cities, just like in your little town, the people who are running it are most likely part of secret societies. The people who really have power in your county, in your city, in your state, in your country, in your nation, they're part of these secret societies. And some of these people are not hiding it. You know, thank God for the internet for exposing all of this information. But at the same time, the internet is the reason a lot of us don't know this information because we're being distracted like we're supposed to. Okay, so for my people of Maryland, but more importantly, Baltimore, because I'm going to be focusing on Baltimore, let's talk about the most prominent people with government positions who control our lives. Governor Wes Moore is a 32-degree Prince Hall Freemason and is also a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity. Now, before I go any further, I want you to watch these videos that's going to be right here. These videos are going to show you why, if your leader in your state, in your town, in your city, are part of any of these organizations, you need to study them and you need to know that they are not on your side, okay? Because these people come from organizations that at the very core are evil, and behind closed doors, they are doing evil things. They're doing evil rituals that literally suck their soul out of their heart. You don't got to believe me. Just go watch the video of people who have been part of these organizations, and you're going to realize that everybody I talk about in these videos are black. Because I live in Baltimore, and a lot of our leaders are black, and our black leaders are part of secret societies, but they're black-focused secret societies. So like fraternities and sororities on these colleges are predominantly black. Okay, they're black-focused. Okay, Prince Hall Freemasonry is a black Masonic lodge. It's for black people. So we're going to be talking about blacks, but whites, my white men, this is for you too, because your men are also part of these secret societies. They just don't vocalize it and showcase it as much as black people. That's the main difference I'm realizing. The white men, they're not openly posting that, yo, I'm part of this Masonic lodge and I'm a 32-degree Freemason. Unlike the black guys, I found all of their information online. I'm not saying you can't about the white guys, but the white guys are not openly just saying it, at least from what I know. So let's continue. Once again, Mr. Governor of Maryland, Wes Moore, is a 32-degree Prince Hall Freemason and is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity. Okay, you can find this information on Facebook and Instagram with pictures of him. I'm going to put it all in here. Okay, you can see from the official Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity website, they are congratulating a brother on winning the election and becoming a Maryland governor. This is all live, guys.
We had guys, people that came in, alumni that, you know, kind of thrashed us around, you know, anywhere from hitting us, slapping us around, those things like that. And there were hints from the leader, or like I said, the dean, the person who's kind of run the group, like, you know, you're gonna get your ass beat. You know, you're gonna get this wood. You ready for this wood? So when someone says, get ready for this wood, this particular wood is an example of what was used, or what would be used to, slap you behind your ass. Your ass is all red and fucked up and you can't move, for hours. That's exactly what I endured.
Got Maryland State Senator Antonio Hayes. Mr. Antonio Hayes is also a Prince Hall Freemason and is also a member of Kappa Alpha Phi Fraternity. Okay? Next, we got Maryland Senator Benjamin Brooks, and you can see he's with his guy, his fellow man, his fellow brother, Wes Moore. And he is also a Prince Hall Freemason. Okay? Next, we got Maryland State Senator Arthur Ellis. If I butchered his last name, I'm sorry, my guy. He is a Prince Hall Freemason. We got another brother. Okay, and you can see on Facebook, they're acknowledging him and many other Freemasons, Prince Hall Freemasons. But when I say Mason, just know that I'm saying Prince Hall Freemasons. Okay, they're acknowledging a lot of other brothers who are senators and hold prominent positions in Maryland. Okay, remember, we're talking about Maryland and Baltimore only. But just know in your city, in your state, in your county, in your suburb, in your little town, they are doing the same thing from the lowest level to the highest level, okay? Maryland State Senator Ron Watson. Now, Mr. Ron Watson, he's a handsome devil. He caught my eye because he was the most flamboyant out of everybody. He's posting all the information out here, all right? So Mr. Ron Watson is also a 33-degree Prince Hall Freemason, okay? And you can see that on Facebook, he's letting everybody know that he is very happy that he was elevated to the ranking of a 33-degree Freemason by the United Supreme Council, okay? Ancient and accepted Scottish rites. Scottish rite. You can see him. You see his photos, man. He's fresh. He's with his grandmaster. He's fresh. These guys are flamboyant. They're letting you know what's going on, man. They're letting you know. So we got Maryland Senator Malcolm Augustin. He is also a Prince Hall Freemason, and he's a Kappa Alpha Phi fraternity member. Okay? Then we got former Senator Obie Patterson. Okay? He is a Prince Hall Freemason. And that's about it. And then we got Mrs. Jones, the Speaker of the Maryland House Delegates. She's a member of Delta Sigma Theta, and she is also associated with the Prince Hall Eastern Star. Okay? So this is a female organization that's associated with Prince Hall Freemasonry, but she is not a Prince Hall Freemason because it's male only. Okay? And then we got Baltimore Mayor Brandon M. Scott. He is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, and surprisingly, there's no information about him being a Freemason, which is surprising to me because I don't know why I thought he would be one. But remember, guys, he doesn't have to say it publicly for him to be a Freemason. It would be best for him not to even say it publicly. Some of these guys, me personally, I wouldn't want people knowing that I'm part of these secret societies, because if people start studying these things like I am and going in depth and knowing what's going on behind closed doors, I would run away. I would not want to be associated with these guys. Okay, so Mr. M. Scott has also appointed one of his members of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Mr. Marshall, and named him Chief Strategist and Chief Communications Officer for Baltimore City's Mayor's Office. And Mr. Marshall is also associated with the Vice President Kamala Harris. He was a senior advisor to our Vice President Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris, no surprise, is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. So fraternities is male, sorority is female. And she is also a part of that. Okay. And funny enough, while doing some research on Kamala Harris, somebody who's associated with Kamala Harris, when she was a California Attorney General, was one of the 3 people arrested for operating a bogus law enforcement agency. So a fake agency called the Masonic Fraternal Police Department. Guys, this is on Google, man. I'm surprised they didn't erase this. Like, a lot of this information, I would have expunged it. Why is it on Google, man? But they're so bold because they know that most of us don't got time to research this, man. Most of us don't care. We're not entertained by these things. We're stuck in our lower nature. We're stuck on the ground, so we never look above the skies. We never look up there and just think, what are they doing up there? What is the greater picture of all of this? They know that they got us the minute we were born, indoctrinating us in schools, teaching us what to think and not how to think. They don't teach you about, especially blacks, they don't teach you about Prince Hall Freemasonry and how they got their webs and everything, like the church, which we all go to, which we all bow down to, which is really keeping us down. They don't tell you about none of these things, because if they did, you would be doing the same thing I'm doing, speaking out, and then we'll be out in the streets trying to stop this. We would stop this, but it ain't gonna happen because it ain't enough of us. Right?
3 suspects in California are accused of running a fake police department and put under arrest. One of the suspects even works for California Attorney General Kamala Harris. I'm 48 Hours Crime-Siders Michelle Sagona. The ruse began in January when the San Diego Sheriff's Office says various police chiefs in Southern California began to receive letters from the Masonic Fraternal Police Department. The letter said specifically that David Henry was now the chief and he was requesting a meeting with each agency. According to a press release, Captain Roosevelt Johnson of the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Office actually accepted a meeting with Henry, Tonette Hayes, and Brandon Keel. They showed up dressed in uniforms and said they were setting up shop in the area. All 3 were arrested and now charged with impersonating a peace officer. The group claims to have jurisdiction in 33 states and in Mexico. They allegedly believe they're descendants of the Knights Templar and that their group was founded 3,000 years ago.
And then we got Mayor of Bowie, Tim Adams. He is a member of Omega Phi Alpha Fraternity. Okay? And then we got Keith S. Can't say his last name. He is the first black mayor of Laurel. Okay? Although he's not publicly a member of any fraternity or Prince Hall Freemasonry, he is part of a group called the 100 Black Men of Prince George County, and a lot of other prominent black men who are part of these secret organizations, secret societies, are also in that group. And he was acknowledged, as you can see here, by the Zeta Phi Beta sorority, which is a female organization. He was awarded by them. So he has some type of affiliation. You can see on Instagram, he's posting about it. So he's in that group. He's in the party that we're not in. Okay, then we got Bernard C. Jack Young, former Baltimore mayor from 2019 to 2000. He did not have a long reign, but he's also a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, whatever this shit is, man. All this Greek things, all these, I can't name all this stuff, but just know he's part of these groups. Okay, then we got Catherine P., former Baltimore mayor from 2016 to 2019, okay? She is a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, okay? A historically black lettered sorority. What are we doing with the Greeks? What are we doing all these Greek signs, and got all these emblems on us? We're black. Or were we the Greeks? I don't know. But what are we doing in these organizations? And why are all these black people who are with power part of these organizations that we really don't know about in detail, or don't want to know about, or are not told about? These are the questions that run through my head. Just a little bit of information on her, a little more information. She was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison for fraud, conspiracy, and tax charges. You did your time, sister. Okay, then we got Stephanie Rawlings Blake, former Baltimore mayor from 2010 to 2016. Now, she had a long reign, okay? She is also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, okay? And her father, Mr. Howard P. Rawlings, was a member of Prince Hall Freemasonry. So you can see The daughter joined a sorority and became a Baltimore mayor, and her father, who was a politician and a prominent figure in the Maryland House of Delegates, where he served from 1979 until 2003, was a Prince Hall Freemason. Come on, guys. These are not just anybody's. These are important people who run your life. They're all part of the same organizations. And like I said in the beginning, when you start studying these things, you're going to understand why it's so important to know who these people are and where they come from, because these people, deep down at the very core of these organizations, worship Lucifer. Okay? You don't gotta believe me. Do your own research. Okay? These guys are here to pervert the world, to extract everything from the world and use you to do it. Okay, then we got Miss Dixon. Okay, I can't say her first name. Okay, former Baltimore mayor from 2007 to 2010. So Miss Dixon is part of Iota Phi Lambda sorority. Then we got United States Senator Angela Also Brooks. Now I've seen her posters, her little posters in the dirt around in my neighborhood a lot when we were having election times. Maybe I got her confused with somebody else, but I'm pretty sure I've seen her. She is a member of Delta Sigma Theta. Okay? And she's also a member of the Order of the Eastern Star organization, which is for women, which is also associated with Prince Hall Freemasonry. Okay? And just some more information on her. She is an American lawyer and a politician serving as a U.S. Senator from Maryland, a position she held since January 2025. So it definitely was her who I was seeing. In 2010, she was elected as the first female state attorney for Prince George County, Maryland. In 2018, she was elected as the first Black woman to serve as a county executive in Maryland's history. In 2024, she became the first Black U.S. Senator from Maryland after winning the general election against former Governor Larry Hogan. Now, I can go on and on and on about these prominent people. Shaquille O'Neal, apparently MJ. There's some other prominent figures that just not coming to mind. Martin Luther King. A lot of these people were Freemasons, Prince Hall Freemasons. A lot of these people came from these fraternities and sororities. Okay, I just mentioned Kamala Harris, and there's so many more. And because I just started doing research on the Black side of this thing, I was more broad with my research. But as you can see, in Baltimore, in Maryland, the most powerful people are part of these secret societies. And you don't know that. And that's not good. Because if you knew these secret societies and what they're really doing in their agenda, anybody associated with them, you will know that they are not there for your good. And then when you look at the world in a broader scale, it will start to make sense why the world is so perverted, why everything is twisted around, why things are not going well, why we are in such chaos. It's supposed to be that way, okay? Order out of chaos, problems, reactions, solutions, okay? And if you don't believe me, you don't have to. If you don't trust me, you don't have to. But what I ask for your own sake and my sake too, because I know more than enough to share this information with the world. You don't got to know every single detail. You just got to know more than enough in order to put everything together and see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is to control your life, to enslave you, so they can put their feet on your back while they're chilling and you're working. Do your research, guys.
Caleb Wilson was a 20-year-old junior from Kenner, Louisiana. He was a member of the world-famous Human Jukebox at Southern University and majored in mechanical engineering. He collapsed and died on February 27th, 2025, while participating in an off-campus and unsanctioned fraternity ritual allegedly conducted by members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. According to the latest reports, the fraternity members lied about Caleb's death, claiming it happened when he passed out while exercising. In all likelihood, Caleb was punched in the chest along with the other pledges. That led to a seizure he never recovered from. His family said his passion for life, his dedication to his studies, and his love for music and the Southern University Human Jukebox Marching Band were just a few of the many qualities that made him an extraordinary person. Omega Psi Phi undergraduate chapters are allegedly responsible for the deaths of at least 5 other pledges dating back to 1978. My name's Cam James. I was abused by an undergraduate chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and I participated in abusing others in 2 separate semesters after I was initiated.